A question that I get asked a lot is, why did I develop anxiety? In other words, why did my anxiety get this bad? And how did I get to a place where it is significantly affecting my life? The reason is surprisingly simple. And in this episode, you're going to learn why you developed anxiety and be provided the 4-step system to fully overcome anxiety and feel normal again. Let's get started. When you are on a downward spiral into the dark depths of anxiety, where anxiety has begun to significantly affect your life, at some point, you look up and you say, how did I get here? Now, this moment happens to all of us. For me, I remember the exact moment. I'd been suffering from severe anxiety for about 4 months at that point, and I was desperately searching for someone that could help cure my anxiety. So what I did is I'd made an appointment to see this psychiatrist. And when I got there, I sat down in the waiting room. And as I was sitting in that waiting room, I looked around and I couldn't help think, how did I get here? How could I be completely normal 4 months ago and now be able to barely leave my house? How did I suddenly develop severe anxiety, panic attacks, and need to schedule appointments with a psychiatrist? I didn't know it back then, but the reason was very simple. What happens is after you start experiencing anxiety, you only develop severe anxiety if you fall into what is called the anxiety trap. The anxiety trap is this vicious downward spiral where you become fearful of your anxiety sensations, which causes the release of more adrenaline and more stress hormones, thereby increasing the intensity of your anxiety and making you even more fearful. Now, I want you to notice the cyclical nature of the anxiety trap. It's fear, adrenaline, sensations, fear. This truly is a vicious cycle where you just go around and around and your anxiety keeps getting worse and worse. But see how fear is at both the start and the end of the anxiety trap? That's because fear, and fear alone, is what is keeping you trapped with anxiety. Fear is why you have anxiety. But the good news is that you are going to learn to become fearless towards your anxiety. And you are going to break free from this anxiety trap once and for all. Now, the foundation for becoming fearless is what I call the fearless approach, which is my 4-step system that you implement each and every time you experience anxiety. Here are the 4 steps. Step 1, dismiss anxious thoughts. Step 2, surrender to anxiety. Step 3, transform anxiety. And step 4, encourage anxiety. And here's how that looks on the anxiety scale. So the steps that you implement coincide with the intensity of your anxiety. The fearless approach is going to be your new approach to anxiety every time it shows up. And by implementing it, what's going to happen is you're going to gradually lose your fear of anxiety and begin the recovery process. In the link below, you'll not only get a detailed guide of the fearless approach, but you're going to get the entire blueprint for recovering from anxiety. And it is completely free. You're about to be on the path to recovery. And soon, you're going to be back living a normal life, I promise. Before you go though, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get more of these videos to help with your recovery. Thanks so much for watching.